Hi everyone. Well, I'm pretty solemn today. A few days ago my dog passed away, and although I was going to talk about loss of a loved one, I had it on my list. I decided I'm going to talk about it today, and some of you might be thinking, oh, this is just about a dog. And no, like I lost my mom when I was in my 20s. I lost my brother during COVID. You know, I've lost a niece. I've lost so many people. And I realize in losing my dog, I'm going through the same things, the same feelings. And I'll just tell you a little bit about, I got a Kleenex here, so a little bit about our Yorkie Hurricane. He just wasn't like a dog. He was a member of our family. I'm going to keep going because I want to. Because you know what? If you're going through a loss, I want you to realize that this isn't just my dog. I think about my mom. I think about all those that I've lost at the same time. And our little Yorkie was around us 24/7. He was not a dog. He wouldn't even fetch a ball. He just wanted to be on our lap and give us lots of kisses and be with us wherever we were. So he might have been almost 15, but I think in our lifetime he was like our child, because all of our 4 kids have grown up, of course, and moved out. But he was like a little child, and we were so close. It's like having a dog for like 50 years, because we were with him 24/7, and unless we went away and somebody from the family looked after him, but that would be about it. But anyway, I just want to talk about loss. And I am so surprised that I'm going through the same feelings about losing my dog as I did when I lost, for example, my mom. I can't stop crying. It's been days and I just can't stop crying. I look where his beds were. I think about routines. And I just can't stop crying. But I know one day I will. And I'll tell you something else. I still cry about my mom. Even though I lost her so many years ago, I was in my 20s. And this is why I talk about age empowered, because I lost her when she was 52. And I just know that every day that I'm living is a gift. And I still cry about her. I just cried about my brother just 2 days ago. It was his birthday, who I lost during COVID. And so tears are okay. And my husband said to me, he's behind the camera, by the way, and he's crying too. And my husband said to me, I'm sorry, Heather, I'm sorry, I'm crying. And I said, no, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're a young man, whether you're a daughter, a son, our daughter was crying over the loss of our dog because he was like a family pet to her. She only left home about 5 years ago. But it's okay. I don't care who you are. It's okay to cry. And you know what the funny thing is, that when we're crying, like, don't you just wonder sometimes, like, how many tears do we actually have in us, right? How long am I going to do this for? And I think we're all different. We're all different. Like, nobody can say to me, Heather, stop crying. As of right now, you have to stop crying. I can't. You know what? You can't tell me when I'm going to start crying. I'll be grieving forever. I'll be grieving about my mom, about little Hurricane, about my brother, about my niece. I'll be grieving forever. And that's okay, because we're all different, right? And but I will tell you some of the stages that I've just recently gone through. And one of the stages is guilt. Why, I know my husband says to me sometimes when he's thinking about his dad, I don't think I spend enough time with my dad. I really feel guilty. I should have gone out with more times to the pub even with him and shared a beer and this sort of thing. This is like a long time after his father has passed. He still has the guilt. And of course, I have the guilt about our little dog. I'm going to call him my fur buddy, because he wasn't really a dog. He was such a love of our lives. But the guilt of did we do something wrong? He had acute kidney disease. He had kidney disease, and we found out about it. It's the same with my mom. We found out she had cancer, and there's the death sentence right there, right? When they tell you, with my mom, she had months to live, and with our dog, he had months to live. And we found out just around Christmas time about the dog. And then you're trying to do everything you can, but when that person or the animal passes, it's like, did I do enough? Did I say enough? Did I? And that seems to be a really, really hard part, of that eventually, I know with my mom, I mean, I visited her all the time in the hospital when she was in a coma, everything, but, I still felt guilty. And I think that's a natural thing. Some people feel anger, especially if it's sudden. And, that's one of those things too, where that happened to Bill, where his dad went in the hospital, not feeling well. He went in the hospital and he was gone in 24, 48 hours. And you're like, what just happened? There wasn't the sentence of 3 or 8 months. There was nothing. And you get angry, and you get maybe angry at the hospital. Did they do enough? And these are all natural things, and then denial. Like I'm walking around the house, I'm expecting my dog to jump up on the couch with me. It's like, this didn't happen. This did not happen. I just can't believe that this actually happened. But it did. So, that's, and as I'm going through this, I know I'm talking about my dog, but I really, really, hope that there's somebody watching right now that whatever loss you're going through, a parent, a child even, there's so many that I read in the comments of the losses that you've had, and fur buddy, a niece, a brother, a sister, whatever it is. I hope that you realize that this is a process, and grieving is a process. And you know what? I could do this same video 3 weeks from now. I'd still be in this emotional state. So what does it matter, really? It's not going to go away just like that. I'm going to see another Yorkie running down the street, and I'm going to cry. And that's it. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I didn't plan to say this, but I always think of my mom when I see a cardinal. And I don't know if you've got those symbols where you see something and you think about a loved one, but I always think about my mom. And yesterday, right over there, I'm in the sun and then in the living room right now, I saw a cardinal on the tree rather. It was a lone cardinal. And I went, "Hi, Mom." And then I said to Bill, "My mom just wants me to know that Hurricane is with her." So there's sometimes comfort in things too, where you see these images and you think, "Oh, I believe that my mom's somewhere else in heaven, actually." And I think that Hurricane's with her. Anyways, I hope that you're getting through this, and I hope you understand that this is a real heart-to-heart, this one, right? And I think of all of you as friends, all of you that have joined me here. Like a lot of you I've known for a long, long time. You've been over there on my other channel, Loving Our Age, or watching me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and we know each other. So I feel like I'm talking to a friend. And talking about that, I think it is really important that while you're going through the grief, you don't stay alone, or you don't isolate yourself from people. One of the first things we did was called our 2 daughters, and our 2 sons, of course, but first the 2 daughters, just to hear the love for us, condolences. Do you want me to come over, Mom? I loved him so much too. Friends that are calling us that heard about it and talking to us. And there's just, having love, having people who love you and who loved your loved one is also really, really important. And, you know, I think that I need time. If you're going through something like this, you need time. And nobody should be judging you, whether you're a man or a woman, on how long you're crying. You can't snap out of it, right? But you do have to do something else. And today, it's our grandson's birthday party. And it's miles away. It's like an hour's or more drive, but we're going. And we're going to try to keep a stiff upper lip, but you've got to keep doing things. You've got to get out there. You can't just sit and wallow and crying, because the tears, they just keep coming anyway. Watch something on TV. It's okay to just sit on your couch and eat some popcorn and watch TV shows, or get out to an actual movie, or just go out with, just get out of the house. Go for a walk, even if it's just by yourself. Go for a walk, but start doing things. And when you find yourself overwhelmed, for me, I take the time, I cry, and then I go, okay, I got to do something else now. And my husband really cleaned up the house really good yesterday. He got his mind off it. Boy, our house is sparkling. All the windows are done. And he just decided that's what he wanted to do, just to do something. And I think that's very healthy. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do a little montage of my dog, because I wanted this to also be my little gift to him. And then after that, I'm going to give you a quote, a healing kind of quote. And then, of course, I'll finish off with a little message for you. But let's take a look at Little Hurricane for just a minute. All right, well, thank you for sharing that with me. And here's the quote that I have for you, and I hope this helps. And please put in the comments, you know, if this has resonated with you, if this has helped you in any way, or, you know, anything you want to say to me. I love you guys. Like, you are my friends. A lot of you say, I think of you as a friend, and I think of you as a friend too. I really do. Here's the quote for you. A great soul serves everyone all the time. A great soul never dies. It brings us together again and again. And that's by Maya Angelou. And at this point, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you, my friends, for sharing this with me. And I really, really hope from the bottom of my heart that this resonates with somebody. It maybe even helps somebody. It helps you to know that if you are going through a loss, that most of us here, because of our age, we've been through it. And that, you know, just thank you for being here. And I'm going to see you next week. Take care.